Welcome back to our topic 3, Unit 5. We're going to be talking about compositions of functions. So composition is a new type of operation that you use on functions. So instead of adding or subtracting or multiplying or dividing, we're going to do this new thing called composition. And composition of two functions is when you take one function, we got our little function machine, and instead of putting in a number or an expression, we're going to put in a different function. Okay, so we're going to insert one function into another function, okay, and then we're going to get something out. And so there's really 3 different ways to kind of show this in math notation. Okay, so one way would be this, and like if you were reading this, you would say f of g of x, right? Because like if these were like big parentheses, which is hard to see, the last time we talked, we did like f of 2, right? We plugged 2 into that parenthesis. And then we did f of n plus 1, and we plugged that into the parenthesis. So now we're doing f of the function g of x. We're plugging in that function g of x. Another way to note function composition is this little o. And notice there's a difference between, like this one, meaning multiplication, and then this one is open. And they're about the same size, but one more looks like an O and the other one looks like a dot. And so you'll see people say fog, right? Because it kind of looks like the word fog. But you say this, keep doing that. You say this the same way. You would say f of g of x, or it might look like this, f of g of x. Okay, so if you were speaking it to me and you were saying, Mrs. Vogt, I need help, Miss Harrod, I need help, Miss Delmont, I need help, you might say, I need help with finding f of g of x, or you could say f composed with g. Okay, so 3 ways you might see it. All right, so now we're putting equations to this. Okay, so I want you to find f of g of x. If it helps you, write it like this. Okay, because then that reminds me that I'm going to take f is my function that I'm putting into in the blue box here, and I'm going to plug in g of x. So I'm going to take f. Okay, f. This is f of x, right? And I'm going to plug in, I don't really like red, g. And I'm going to plug g in every place I saw an x, right? So I'm going to write here negative 2x minus 5. That's exactly what g of x is. I'm finding f of g of x. I am plugging g of x into my machine. G of x is this expression. We did this. We are just plugging an expression in. I am plugging in the expression negative 2x minus 5. Okay? I don't have anything to square, so I can distribute and be careful of my negatives. Combine like terms. F composed with g of x gives me this expression. I put letters in, I got letters out. Okay, we talked about that last time too. Okay, let's try one that's a little tougher. F of g of x. So I'm going to write it for myself again. F of g of x. Wherever I see an x in this equation, I'm going to plug in this equation. And you can see it in my function machine. G of x is x plus 1. My function f of x is negative 4x squared plus 2x. Okay, so I'm going to write it out. Negative 4, well, I know I'm replacing the x part, squared, plus 2, replacing the x part. Ran out of room, typical for me. Okay, what am I replacing that x part with? This, what I plugged in. I'm putting g of x in. G of x is the expression x plus 1. Okay, once we get to here, it is exactly like what we did in topic 2. Okay, I'm evaluating this. I put letters in, I'm going to get letters out. Remember, okay, you have to FOIL this first. Here's my work. When I FOIL this, I get x squared plus 2x plus 2. Okay, now I can distribute my 4 to all of my pieces. And I can distribute my 2 to both of these pieces. So I've got 4x squared plus 6x plus 6. Okay, f composed with g of x is 4x squared plus 6x plus 6. Okay, this one is a little tougher. Okay, we're getting better and better at these. And look at, I'm asking you to do this 2 different times. I'm asking you to find g of f of x, and then I'm asking you to find f of g of x. Okay, so those are 2 different things. Okay, so write it for yourself. G of f of x. So what's going in my function machine first? Let's do the yellow one first. My function machine is going to be my function g. And what I'm plugging in is my function f, which is the expression x squared plus 2x plus 1. So now I write it out for myself, right? And what goes in my empty parentheses? I did not leave myself enough room. Story of my life. Okay, and then you know that Miss Vogt is going to tell you to be careful and FOIL this. Okay, I'm going to do this over here because I'm running out of room. How, oh my gosh, Miss Vogt, how do I FOIL this? I like to call it super FOIL. If you're going to do the box method, you'll do a 3 by 3 box. Okay, so x times x squared, x to the 4th. X squared times 2x cubed, x squared. Okay, I'll go again. 2x cubed, 4x squared, and 2x. And I'm not done, and I of course ran out of room. Like always, I'm going to do the last bit where I do this. So I get plus x squared plus 2x plus 1. Okay, and now I need to combine like terms before I can even head on here. So this is going to be tricky. Okay, hopefully I don't make a mistake, and you guys will tell me because you always find my mistakes. X to the 4th. Okay, I got that one done. I have 2x and 2x cubed, so I've got 4x cubes. I've got 1, 5, 6x squareds. And I've got 2, 4 x's, and 1. Okay, that took a while and it took a lot of space. Give yourself room. Don't be like me. Okay. So now I can, and only now I can distribute. All right. Negative 3x to the 4th minus 12x cubed minus 18x squared minus 12x minus 3 minus 7. And now the only thing I need to combine are these. So my final answer for the g of f of x is this. Okay, so I've got the yellow function machine done. Okay, I need to do this one more time so I don't have another function machine going here. But I will, I'm going to show my work down here. So in green, this was my green one. I'll change color to green. Okay, I need to find f of g of x. Okay, so I'm going to write my things down for me again. F of x was x squared plus 2x plus 1, and g of x is negative 3x squared minus 7. Okay, so finding f of g of x. Okay, so that means every place I see an x, I'm going to put my g of x expression. Did I copy those down right? Okay, good. Minus 3x minus 7. Okay, so again, this needs to be FOILed. I will do that in red again. Negative 3 times negative 3 times x squared is positive 9x to the 4th plus 21x squared, and I wrote 12. Plus 21x squared, and and negative 7 times negative 7 is plus 49. Okay. Let's combine like terms. 9x to the 4th plus 42x squared plus 49. Okay, that can go what I have here in orange. Right? So I can replace this whole chunk with this now. 9x to the 4th. And this one didn't have a leading coefficient, so we don't need to multiply and divide through, but I can do this now. Minus 6 minus 6x minus 42 plus 1. Okay, combine like terms. What do we got? And then, ooh, even trickier, we might have to write this in standard form. 9x to the 4th. We took care of that one. Next would be plus 42x squared. That's wrong because that should be a squared. So this should be a squared. So 42 subtract 6. Good thing I caught that mistake. 36. Right? So we took care of those two. And then I've got 49 minus 42, which is 7, plus 1 is 8. And so if I did that without making any mistakes, f composed with g of x would equal this right here. And notice they're not the same. Okay, and so they're two very different things. And if you gave this answer for the other one, it would be wrong. Okay, so make sure we understand the process of what function goes into the other when we see the notation.